Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
Listen to me yammer.
I've never been able to.
I can't roll my R's. I'm like a bleh.
But if I have I'll come and look for you.
And I can click my heels. That I can still do. I hope I can do that till as long as I live.
I believe you can.
I think I need a fan on. See, it's that temperature regulation, man.
Where it shifts back and forth.
Well, because it's like, it was just stuffy in here, but the sun's going down.
Yeah.
So as soon as the sun goes down, we're in that iffy period between seasons that it's like, I can't be, I don't know, I still need, I don't know. It gets chilly enough at night that you still got to stay warm, maybe light a fire. But, like, during the day, it's so nice. Like, you're not thinking you're going to need to light a fire tonight because it's so nice during the day. It was a real nice day. All right, here we go. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a empath. I just like having these talks on the way I feel about things and being empath. It's hard to not feel about things. So much water and I'm just a little steam pot. I'm just a little steamy little steam. I just a little steaming engine. I just got all kinds of motivation. It was a very nice, pleasant, productive day. Did all kinds of stuff. I got real crabby yesterday. Because I'm so tired of people in their power plays. I'm just sick of it, man. Why can't people just be cool? I show up in every situation. I'm cool. I ain't trying to, like, piss on anybody's leg or pee in anybody's Cheerios. I ain't trying to prove nothing. I ain't trying to, establish dominance, try and make anybody else feel inferior. I ain't trying to do none of that. And it seems like every time I go out in the world, I meet these people that are teaching me about how I don't want to be. And so for that, I should be grateful, I suppose. I was talking to my Earth Angel today, and I was like, I don't understand. Like, I have exchanges in life, and I'm just doing this narration in my head, and I'm like, is this really happening right now? I'm like, this is bullshit. Where's the cameras? Come on now. And what happened was I went into the Midtown Market up here. I call it the corner store because I live like 10 miles from town, so it's the closest place. And I recommended cherry Sprite, and they started getting that, and I thought we were cool, right? I mean, I thought just civil with this chick, right? Like, she said I asked her about the product and how it's moving, and she said it was a good decision for them to get it. It's moving good, and I was like, all right, on. I just want to help, right? It's not even a fucking shtick, man. It's not even like an act. I'm not putting up a false persona. This is actually how I am. And see, because other people aren't like this, they think I'm bullshit. Because they would be bullshit if they acted like me. So, that's fine. I leave what people think about me with them. I try to. It fucking seeps in sometimes, I tell you what, but it drives me crazy. Anyway, so I go in yesterday. I have my 8-ounce cup I was going to treat myself to a coffee. Because I don't do that because it's stupid, I think, to spend anywhere, is that as much money as people want for a dumb cup. And I just want, like, little black cup of coffee, little half and half. I'm happy as can be. I'm already ramped up, man. It's about to be the new year. It's spring. I'm like full throttle inside. It's all I can do to keep me from not revving up and kicking rocks. So, usually when I walk in, and whenever I walk into a store like that, I use a cup 3 times before I throw it. So I get one. I pay $3 for one cup, and then I get 2 refills at $1.50. Right? That's how it had been until yesterday. And I walk in, I have my cup, and I'm holding it up, looking around, and I didn't like. I brought my cup in. I usually do that. See, that's why I have to be obnoxious because of situations like this. So I'm letting people know I got my cup. I brought my cup in. Right? It's a refill right here. So I walk in, wave my cup around. Nobody's around, and so, but I know they got cameras. I know they see me. Right? I know this. So I thought, okay, all right. So I go on and I get my little 8-ounce cup of coffee, and I put my little creamer in there, and I go up to the counter, and the girl behind the counter, she was like, $3. And I was like, for a refill? And she was like, oh. And she's like, no, that's a new cup. And I was like, I brought it in. I even like waved it. I'm like, really? I'm like, she's questioning my integrity is what she's doing. And I don't let people do that. I don't let them question it. I answer that. I shut that shit down. So I was like, no, it's a refill. And I'm trying to keep a smile on my face and not like, don't let it turn, Marge. Hang on, Marge. Hang on. Cool your jets there, Marjo. So, and she's like, oh, okay. And she proceeds to grab her book of prices. Now, this woman has worked at this place for years. Right? She knows how much a fucking 8-ounce coffee refill is, right? But she's putting me, or she thinks she is, in my place because people do this shit to me every fucking day. It's hilarity. And then I talk about it here. So treat me however you want. I talk about it here. I don't keep it all in. That'd make me mad. It might turn me sour. Might want to do mean things to people. I might want to cause harm to others or something like that if I keep all that toxins in the way fucking people treat me. So she picks up her fucking little book and she pages through it. She's looking through it and she's like, okay, $2. And I was like, all right. So I put my $2 down and I'm thinking that's funny because everybody else only charges me $1.50. Everybody. Like the other 2 people that I've ever dealt with, a coffee refill is $1.50 that size. So I'm like, it was a good run. I will never go back into that store when she's working there. And that's people say I'm petty. I say it's about the principle of it. And so she put me out of my place and I would have been willing to promote that place a lot more. And now based on that, good luck in life, I won't tell anyone that Heyoka sends you there. I will not be recommending people, stop by and see me or meet me at the John Dunn Bridge and stop and get. I won't recommend them. I'll say, hey, get your snacks in town. You're gonna spend half the price, because they're still selling dozen eggs for $10, while their eggs are in the store for a dozen. It's just horseshit. So, anyway. I was a little overstimulated today, and it's Pi Day, and I thought I would resurrect something that I have done. I started doing this when I lived in Oregon, because that's what happens, is like I get all these ideas of things I want to do. I just can't do them all. So a few years ago, I started going to the store on Pi Day and buying pies and then taking them to places that I frequent. And so I was like, I think I'm going to resurrect that idea. And so I went and got 6 pies. I went to 3 places, and each place got like a fruit pie, and each place got a cream pie, and I brought them plates and forks and spoons and stuff like that. And, see, because what happens is if I don't get out of myself, if I don't get out of all of like the things I want to do that have nothing to do with my present place in the world, then I get squirrely, and then sometimes my actions comes out sideways, and I don't want that to happen. There's a lot. See, spring's coming. There's a lot of life force, kundalini energy just flowing through people right now, and it's not necessarily a positive thing. Because people are going to overshoot the mark because they're going to feel so good. They're thinking it's of and by themselves. It's Kundalini life force energy. A lot of people in like the clinical realms, they'll call it like mania, being manic. It's just, I feel like it's just the spirit moving you, you know? And if it directs you to do good things, positive things, be in service, you know, make people happy, then that's a good thing. But if you're like a, you know, a lech and you're just looking for a place to put it, you know, if you're a freaking, you know, if people are just trying to go out chasing sensations, there's going to be a lot of karma to become with that, you know. This might be the period of time, the point in time in life that like a new STD come out. That's what I say. So I hope people don't know. This is there's potentials in life, energies, you know, and people gotta yield. They have to have discipline and restrain themselves, and they don't. They're gonna overshoot the mark, and a lot of lessons are gonna be learned right now. I did have, you hear Tucker back there sawing logs. I did have a little miracle happen last night. And I just want to talk about that for a moment. I'm going to try not to cry because I'm listening to Bette Midler's The Version of the Rose in my ear too. So it's actually influencing this narrative. So when my dear sweet, what happened is a few years back, couple years back, I got a hold of my sister. We haven't talked in, she's 9 years younger. We hadn't talked in a number of years, and she's off in her addictions. I'm off trying to keep us from being homeless. You know, or just, you know, she had a bunch of kids. I never had kids. You know, I tried. And so I can do this. And we got back in touch a couple years ago, and I messaged her when she's on my heart, and I, send her money when I had some extra, and I was just trying to be the big sister. I was trying to get her to come visit me, so we could hang out, just have that one sister experience that we never had. Just like, I even told her, I said, you can talk about boys, and I'll dance around and do karaoke, and we can have ice cream sundaes for breakfast, and I'll show you around. And then she's dead. September 23rd.
What happened?
Motorcycle accident, and I get to tell Mom all the time. Reminder, which makes it that much better. So, and then, so recently I found her husband, and they were in love. That, like, you see on her Facebook page where they're in, like, she was good. She was good. She was good. And then she ran off with her self-will, and they both ran riot off the edge of a cliff. And so, not literally. She was 39, Ma. She had just turned 39. And so, September 5th. So, I saw, and see what the story I got is her mom turned her kids in, her three youngest in, because she took off on a bender one time. And you don't want people to talk about how you act. Don't act that kind of way. Let that be a good rule of thumb. So her mom called the authorities, and then her three youngest got put in foster care because the dad was away. And so they're in this, and so I was like trying to figure out how to get them. Like, how can I get these kids? I want them out of this. I can handle it. I can take care of mom and three, because they're big enough. They take care of themselves. You know, I would be a good guardian. And so, but later I found out that he got out. He's on the straight. He's on the narrow. He came back out. He came back. He got the kids. They got reunited. All is well, ends well, and he's a great dad. He's a great dad. So what happened last night is I found him on Facebook. He's like a biker guy, you know, and people don't receive me real well a lot. And like usually, I don't like judging people, but however, at the same time, the life experience that I've had, what I find is people, it's the weirdest thing, but dudes, if like they don't think that they're gonna ever get a chance for you to be their penis and make them feel good some kind of way, and for you to be their penis, they're less inclined to like be decent to you, because there's a lot of men out there that hate women. People accuse me all the time that like I'm a man hater. I'm like, no, there's a lot of men in this world that I love. There just haven't been a lot of men in integrity in like the last 10 years, 12. It's like like examples. What I think of a fine example of a man in balanced in integrity, there aren't examples. Mr. Iskey's one of them. You know, I've had these men in my life, you know, that protect women and don't do terrible, nasty, dirty, gross things to them. And they're not, you know, looking at them as objects and being perverse and all that nasty stuff that is just like a cancer on this earth. So Tucker had me up all night last night. God bless him. They cut off his thing, so I got him in a he's totally snoring over. It's cracking me up. This is what he looks. Well, not right now. It's kind of like this. I don't use the cones of shame. I use the travel pillows, and he had his little foot operated. He had it so he can't lick his foot now. So his little leg is so cute. His little legs hanging off. Check this out. Look at his little leg hanging off the edge there. He just cracks me up, man. Little old man. So I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna try. You know, I mean, either I'm gonna, in every situation I head in life, I'm like, either this is gonna go one kind of way or another. It's taken me a lot of years. I really do a pretty good job of not having expectations on outcomes of situations. So I did that here, and I just sent out the friend request because his thumbnail is him, and he has his arm, and his little girl, man, it's like I see my grandma in that little girl. I see me in that little girl. I see Jessica. I see, you know, Christy, my step monster. It's just this, you know, because just all these people in this little girl, and I want to help guide her and direct her and show her that women can be really strong and soft, and that she can decide for herself when those times are, you know, and teach her about discernment. Maybe maybe she can do the lighter trick too. Like, so anyway, these are all the things that, you know, the possibilities. So I just send out friend requests. Let's see what happens, right? And then he responded, and he had said, it's funny, you know, I never knew she had any siblings, and she was married to the man 10 years. They had 3 kids, and she didn't know I was her sister, that I even existed. It broke my heart. It really did. See, there's planetary alignments that come up, and they say things like, and they line up and they create like combinations. And there's certain ones like, don't do a lot of drugs at this time because less is more and you could die. So if you big on drugs and alcohol, okay, yeah, whatever. But right now, just kind of refrain. People can't help themselves. So now we're going to see a lot of ODs. Do you just, anyway, that's why I use astrology, even though I don't drink. Because I don't want nobody to take my spirit. I want to keep my spirit fully intact. So I don't drink, but whatever, to each his own. I don't care what other people do. It's my life experience and theirs is theirs. So I was pretty devastated. I was pretty upset. How could she, how could they not even know, I'm trying. I don't even whatever. Like my Earth Angel says, what is the lesson in this that I'm supposed to learn? Please, let me know. And so he responded, because I said, I really don't know what hurts, because I gotta put stuff out there. That's how people get cancer. They freaking, like when I swear when dudes get like prostate cancer, it's like because of how they stand and they like tense up their, and it's like and they don't speak their piece and stuff like that. And it's cancer is cells, is frequency of lower negative emotions. And then people have them in their heads and they keep talking all that negative stuff, and then they're turning their molecules into like ooga booga, what the bleep do we know? And then those molecules can only take so much negative self-talk, and then that starts actually, instead of crystallizing, it turns into cancerous stuff. And so I don't care what people think about me. I say whatever. I just bleh, So anyway, he said he did make a comment back. He said, "You know what?" He said, "Is as tragic as this is, there is a blessing in all this, because I talked to the kids and they want to meet their aunt." And I was just like, "Oh my god." That's another. Because, see, when my sister died, I reached out to all these people. I messaged all these people. I called all these people, and I was like, if anybody wants to talk to me, please feel free to contact me. And nobody did. See, because I'm on that side of the family. It's always that versus stuff. I'm always the odd man out. I don't even care. I'm good with it. Because I think I'm going to have my time one day. So I asked if I could talk to him, cuz I don't know when, I want to get a heads up, and then I'm like, maybe we can do a video chat this weekend. And he said, yeah, absolutely. That'd be great. So I'm so excited. I'm going to get the calendar ready. I'm going to get all my questions ready for him. When are your birthdays? What kind of stuff do you like? What are your favorite colors? What sizes do you wear? Aunt Marge is going to get ready to spoil some kids, because I got, some years to make up for. And it'll be good. I just want to be that positive female role model in their life. I really aspire to do that. And I'll do that for any female that wants to have me as a role model in their life. I got a lot of positive attributes. I do. As rough around the edges as I am, I'm like a cigarette. I'm level once in the beginning I'm level-headed, but once you tick me off, I get rough around the edges. Yeah. But mostly I'm nice. Mostly I am. So I went and I got the pies, and I took 2 to Joseph, the mail guy at the post office, cuz I get a lot of mail sometimes, so I put them to work. And so, it's Pie Day. And so, and then I went to Bud's Florist because they bring me nice flowers. People buy me flowers and they deliver to me. And so I brought them some pie. And that was the first place I went, and it kind of sucked because I had like a banana. They got coconut cream, I think, and cherry. And I grabbed the bag and it like jumped out of the bag. The pie did. It jumped out of the bag and did a header down on the blacktop. It didn't like come out. It was fully intact in the container. It just flipped upside down, and so it wasn't pretty anymore. and so and so I was like, oh, I can't give that to them. It's sucky. So I left it in the car and I walked in and I was like, hey, you remember me? And the lady just like lit up. She was so excited to see me. I didn't expect such a warm reception. And I dropped those off. And I said, well, I had another one, but I don't think you want it. And she was just like, oh my God. I'm like, people don't treat people good. There's so many ways to treat people cool. Like treat people that like don't expect it, and that's how you raise the vibration of the planet. I think it's so stupid when let me buy this freaking plastic human being a freaking $6 cup of coffee behind me to celebrate that we're both plastic human beings. I mean, come on, people gotta get more creative. I think they are. I think they actually are. I think people are really coming into it, Hey, I'm all about giving people ideas. What I like to do, here's one. People are, have all this money in the bank. You don't have no good ideas. We're coming out of winter now. But when going into it, go to parts store and freaking batteries are so expensive. But they're like 160, 180 bucks now. Buy a battery and tell let them, or talk to the manager. Of course, you got to arrange it, But I've done that where I bought a car battery, truck battery, and I'll be like, give it to the next single mom or the next veteran that can't afford it. Don't give it to the fucking veteran that has a ranch and has everything and hogs it all and don't share nothing with nobody else. And his stuff is his stuff and he did nothing to work for it and blah, blah. Don't know. Give it to the one that would be like, man, I could really use this 160, 180 bucks on something else. There's all kinds of ways that people can be of service, and you don't even have to tell people. I tell people to just try and get people to do more stuff. Maybe something I say will inspire somebody to do something for somebody else. That's why I do it. I don't care what people think. If people are thinking, I'm coming from an arrogant or a shady place, then they need to check themselves, not me. So and then the last two went to the I can't forget the Taos Pet Veterinary Clinic. Man, they're so good to my critters and me, so I dropped a couple off there. I think they got the best pies. They got peach. I almost wanted to take that peach home with me because I look for peach all over the place and I never see peach. But see, that's what you do. I see things that I love, like a peach pie, and I'm not going to keep it to myself because I love it. I want other people to experience the joy that I experience when that stuff hits my taste buds. And, if it's done right, you can actually taste the sun. So it's cool. Today was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool day. And I got to talk to my neighbor. I really like where I live, man. I really do. Like, it's getting nice. And so she's out there, she's a hard worker. She's out there just, with the rake, just getting it under with the rake, getting it up. And I'm going to start doing that soon. I just like wait until it's a little bit warmer. I like doing that stuff when it's hot because I feel like I'm getting a kind of a workout and it's still been kind of chilly. So but she was, and I found out today that she has like worked landscaping because she's like, you know, and I said, yeah, I said, I'll be out soon. And I like to run what I like to do, what I would like to do by them. And if they have any objections with what like to do, then just guide me and direct me in the right course. So we're going to have a little community garden out here. You know, I'll have our own little parcels. I'm like, all I care about is lettuce and tomatoes. I just want lettuce and tomatoes for sandwiches. And then uh they got all the equipment to, like, I don't have a lawnmower, all that stuff. I left it when I left lawnmowers and I just have had to start over so many times. It's stupid. But they got it all, so they'll leave it out, and then I can just use it. And I said, well, I'd be glad to help service it and maintain, you know, do oil changes and stuff like that on it, make sure it stays in good working order, you know, do my part. And that's you know, it's like it's happening. It's such a trip when people watch my videos from so many years ago. It's like you can see my life is about to go off the edge, and you could tell, like, I know what's coming. Like, I don't know what's coming, but I know what's coming, and you can see it. And then, you know, we end up going from, you know, Oregon to freaking, I mean, it's been a hell ride. But at the same time, the whole time, I knew that it was going to be like this really rocky, rapid period in my life. At the same time, there was going to be another side where I'll be able to exhale and breathe again and just be, you know, go around and do my little corny little gestures of gratitude and appreciation. And just, you know, I'm a thoughtful person. I have been my whole entire life, because I guess what I do is, like, there's so many things that I wanted in life, and I gave other people permission to give those things to me. And then when they didn't show up to do that, I felt like it was my fault. Like I failed in some capacity, like I didn't communicate enough my desires, needs, and wants. No, it's just that for some reason, my life has dictated that people give me what they think I want, not what I want. So I made it a point in my life that I really feel what a person is like, you know, and be like, okay, you know, and try to get them if I were them, what I think I would like. And it works out pretty good. It does. I'm a pretty good gift giver. So anyway, how long I've been going? I'm at the 32-minute mark. That's where I start getting, my mouth starts getting dry. I'm programmed from back in my recovery days. You talk for increments of 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and a half hour. Sometimes you could be the hour speaker. I actually have my talks around here someplace. I got a talk done on cassette. How many people can say that they've had a talk that they've done on a freaking, that's still recorded? That's some fossil-y shit right there. And then I have because I've been the 10-minute, I've been the hour at this one. They used to record them, and they used to make money from selling. Man, people get away with anything, you know. All you gotta say is, I'm a good person for doing this, you know. It's like, I don't care what people do. I don't care. Well, as long as it's not hurting pervy stuff, I care about that. So I do care what people do. Mostly people are decent human beings and want to do good and right by each other. Some of those people don't, you know. My train of thought just derailed. Hold on. There are floods all over. Like they're everywhere. Like every region. California's about to be fucking hosed. And people are going to see, the thing of it is like the houses that they've built the last little while, like the last 5-10 years, the quality, they're just like, they're crap. They're just like So we're gonna see how crappy they are. The shoddy work that people did based on like how we're gonna see all these houses that are gonna wash away and that are dissolved, I mean, but that's the thing, man. And what goes around comes around, and nobody gives to live a perfect life. And man, California, I know a lot of people that for decades, man, they have just lived that best life, and I keep waiting for it. How are you paying that back? How are you making your life is so easy. How are you making other people's lives easy? People gotta keep paying that. You gotta, in order to keep it, give it away, stuff like that. And buy some, gifts. God, there's so many ways, and everybody is so withholding. I had a telling moment today of how withholding I am, how I've been withholding. Huh, Ma? I did. Mom was there. I took Mom for a walk. We went out. I put on her little sweater. It's so funny, when I was a little girl, she'd be like, put on a coat. And I'd be like, why do you make me wear a coat? You're cold. I'm not. Why you gotta make me wear a coat when you're cold and I'm not? So I put this. She's so cute. I tried to post it on but I put her sunglasses on because everything is oh so bright, and we just went and walked next to the stream here. Look at that, man. I mean, she's just like, my brother's like, put her in a home and get rid of two of your dogs. And I'm like, what? This is where she says, some people go their whole life and never see something like this. Yep. Here's all the pies I bought. And then I got it. Yeah. It was a good day. It was a cool day. The guy who checked what's his name? Richard. He's a cool guy at Smith's. I'll go through his check line. And there's been times that I'll go through this one time, not there, like times like plural. This one time he was down like at register 2, and I was like we were like far apart, and he gets on the phone and he starts at so and so in Delhi, happy birthday. He starts saying it to her. So he was on the intercom. So I'm real loud. I'm so loud. I could be loud. It makes people. I make people uncomfortable. I do. I'd like to make people more comfortable, but I just like, they just like, what? Why are you doing that? So I'm busting out happy birthday. He's singing happy birthday over the intercom. So I hope that person had a real happy birthday that day. So he's like, hey, thanks for accompanying, thanks. I can't, you can't leave somebody hanging there singing happy birthday to somebody. I used to work at Chevy's. It was funny. I was going through stuff the other day and found this piece of paper. I worked at Chevy's Mexican restaurant for like 3.5 years. If that little logo didn't freaking bring back a bunch of freaking memories for me, I was like smacked in the face by history. It's funny. Let's see. Where is it? Because people would bring these in and freaking spend like 60. This is like in 93, mind you. It's okay, Tuck. Good boy. He's shifting. And they spend like 50, 60 bucks and like tip 3. I'm like, you fucking bastards. You guys scum of the earth, man. Fucking people suck. Anyway, the expiration date on this, 8/23/08. That's hilarious. I love their salsa. I can do it. I can make it like that. Anyway, so today was a pretty good day. Weather's starting to get nice. I haven't seen what the frickin' actually it is. My birthday's just around the corner. Doesn't look like I'm gonna get 1,000 this time. You okay, Tuck?
Oh, yes.
It's okay, bud. You go walk around? All right. That's what I got for now. Hope you have a rad day.